Imagine yourself in a dark room. No windows, no doors, just the sound of your own heart beating, looking for a way out. That's how many of us feel when faced with financial chaos. The weight of late bills, the pressure of wanting to provide for the family, and the fear of tomorrow can consume us. Perhaps when you read this, you felt goosebumps. Yes, I'm talking about you, of your life, of your fight. But I want you to stop for a moment. Take a deep breath and listen carefully to these words. Chaos is not the end. It's the beginning. It was in one of these dark moments that Anna discovered the transformative power of faith. Anna was a mother of 3 children and lived in a small rented apartment, struggling to keep the lights on. The phone kept ringing with demands, and each ring was like a blow to his soul. She felt defeated. "Why, God? Why is this happening to me?" she asked, looking at the ceiling as if searching for an answer that never came. Until one Sunday afternoon, something happened. She found a small card on the floor as she walked home. On it were written the words, "God never abandons his own. Trust him." It may seem simple, but for Anna, that was the turning point. Something in his heart changed. A spark was lit, and for the first time in a long time, she felt a small hope. Now I ask you, what if this message is also for you? What if the chaos you are experiencing now is the prelude to a miracle? The call to transformation. In the next 3 days, something extraordinary is about to happen in your life. But before we understand how, I want to guide you along a path. This path is not easy, but it is necessary. It starts with something simple, but profoundly transformative. Faith. The Bible teaches us that faith is the substance of things hoped for, the evidence of things not seen. Hebrews 11 verse 1. Having faith does not mean ignoring problems. It means looking at them with the certainty that God is already working to resolve them. It's trusting that even in chaos, there is a plan. There is a promise waiting for you. God not only promises to meet our needs, He promises abundantly more than we ask or think. And today I want you to believe this. I want you to say out loud, "I believe something extraordinary is coming for me." The seed of miracle. Anna, that mother I mentioned, made a decision that Sunday. She took the only money she had in her purse, $5, and donated it to the local church. Not because he thought that money would solve his problems, but because he wanted to show God that he trusted him. It was an act of faith. And the following week, things started to change. A distant friend called to offer temporary work. This job opened doors for another, and within a few months, Anna not only paid off her debts, but started saving. Today, she looks back and sees that moment as the beginning of her transformation. Now think, what is your seed? I'm not just talking about money. It could be a prayer, a kind gesture, a commitment to something you know you need to do. What matters is that it is planted with faith. Are you ready to plant your seed? The expectation of a financial miracle. And now we come to the promise we bring today. God will bring $150,300 into your life. Not as magic, but as a manifestation of His grace and power. What does this mean? It means that for the next 3 days, you must prepare. God works in times and ways that we often don't understand, but He always keeps His promises. 3 days. It's the time you have to align your mind, your faith, and your actions. During these 3 days, I want you to do something very important. Declare victory over your life. No matter how big your debt, how impossible your situation seems, declare that God is already working. How to prepare for the miracle. Pray fervently. Don't say just any prayer. Talk to God as you would with a close friend. Open your heart and ask specifically for what you need. Be honest. Give thanks in advance. Even if you don't see the result yet, give thanks as if you had already received it. This is one of the greatest acts of faith you can demonstrate. Be aware of opportunities. Oftentimes, miracles come disguised as work, an idea, or an unexpected encounter. Be alert and ready to act. Plant your seed. Give something of yourself, be it time, energy, or resources. Show God that you trust Him, even when it seems difficult. Avoid negativity. Stay away from thoughts or people that bring doubt. This is a time of total focus. The impact of faith on transformation. As you do this, something starts to happen inside you. Your mindset changes. The weight of chaos begins to lift. And when you least expect it, things around you will also start to change. Remember, God specializes in turning the impossible into possible. You may be wondering, but why $150,300? Why that specific number? This is not just a number. It's a symbol. It is a reminder that God is detail-oriented, that He leaves nothing to chance. This amount can come as a whole or in parts, but the important thing is to understand that the focus is not on the amount itself, but on what it represents: freedom, renewal, and a new beginning. Conclusion: the first step. I want you to imagine now what your life will be like after this miracle. Close your eyes for a moment. See your bills paid, your debts paid off, your family smiling, and you living the life you always dreamed of. Feel this reality, because she's already on her way. And remember, it all starts in 3 days. Chaos does not define you. What defines you is what you choose to do with it. And today, you are choosing to believe, choosing to trust, choosing to live the miracle that God has prepared for you. The journey is just beginning, and I will be here, guiding you every step of the way. Let's go together. Glowing star, the miracle path, preparation and expectation. These 3 days will be unlike anything you have ever experienced. Not because money will fall from the sky like magic, but because your mind, your heart, and your faith will be aligned with the divine promise. This is a time to renew your connection with God, to make room in your life for the impossible to become reality. Now, imagine that each day is a step. You are climbing a ladder to financial freedom. Every step is an act of faith, and with each step, you get closer to the destiny God has planned for you. Day 1, the decision. The first day is about decision. Today, you need to decide that you will no longer live as a hostage to chaos. Decide to give your worries to God, because He is able to handle what you cannot. Remember Jesus' words in Matthew 6 verse 34. Therefore do not worry about tomorrow, for tomorrow will bring its own worries. Each day is enough for its own evil. On this day, take a moment to write down everything that is weighing on you. List your debts, worries, and fears. Then look at that list and say, I commit it all to you, Lord. I trust that you are bigger than any problem. Take that list and keep it in a place where you can revisit it on the third day. Also, commit to something concrete. It could be a small donation, a phone call to look for a job opportunity, or even a moment of deep prayer. Do something that symbolizes your decision to act in faith. Day 2. The renewal of the mind. On the second day, it's time to renew your mind. The Apostle Paul reminds us in Romans 12 verse 2, be transformed by the renewing of your mind, so that you may be able to test and prove the good, acceptable, and perfect will of God. This is the day you start replacing negative thoughts with statements of faith. Whenever doubt or fear arises, respond with words of victory. God is my provider. I am already blessed beyond belief. My deliverance is on the way. During this day, take time to imagine your life after the miracle. Visualize the moment when you will see a positive balance in your account, peace in your home, and a smile on the faces of those you love. Feel what it will be like to live without the weight of debt, with the freedom to help others and fulfill the dreams that were stored deep in your heart. Day 3. The Miracle Day. The third day is the day of maximum expectation. This is the time to open the doors of your heart and mind to receive what God has prepared for you. When you wake up, give thanks as if the miracle had already happened. Even before you see the results, celebrate. Dance, sing, smile because your faith is moving mountains. Revisit the list you wrote on day 1 and see how different your heart feels. Maybe the circumstances are still the same, but something inside you has changed. Now you are sure that you are not alone, that God is working on your behalf, even if you cannot yet see all the details. And here's the secret. Miracles start within us. As your faith grows stronger, doors will open. What seemed impossible begins to move. Maybe you receive an unexpected phone call, an opportunity you've been waiting for, or even a brilliant idea that could change the course of your life. Testimonies of miracles. Throughout history, people who chose to trust God experienced incredible transformations. See the example of Joseph in the Bible. He was sold into slavery, unjustly imprisoned, but remained faithful to God. At the right time, he was elevated to the position of ruler of Egypt and was used to save thousands of lives. What appeared to be chaos was actually preparation for a great purpose. And you? Is God using this moment of difficulty to prepare something even greater? Could this chaos be the fertile soil where He will plant His blessing? The answer is yes. And don't forget that the miracle you're waiting for isn't just about money. The value of $150,300 is symbolic, yes. But what God wants to give you goes far beyond that. He wants to give you peace, joy, and purpose. He wants to use His story to inspire others and show that with Him, anything is possible. How to act after the miracle. When the miracle comes, and it will come, remember to use it wisely. Many lose their blessings because they forget to recognize their source. Make a commitment to be a good steward of what God puts in your hands. Use your blessing to help your family. Invest in your future and bless others. And above all, don't forget to share your story. Every testimony of victory is living proof that God still works miracles. By telling your story, you will be strengthening other people's faith and showing that they can believe too. The future that awaits you. Now, as you read these words, I want you to feel deep in your heart. You are on the path to financial freedom. You may not see the results yet, but believe me, they are already forming. God is moving the heavens and the earth in your favor, and nothing can stop what He has planned for you. Remember, chaos is never the end. He is just the beginning of something extraordinary. You are 3 days away from witnessing this in your own life. Get ready, because God is already acting. The journey continues. Growth after the promise. After these 3 days of preparation, you will be able to look back and realize something incredible. The process was as transformative as the result. God is not just working to bring you the value you need. He is shaping your life so that you live in abundance and purpose. Now, it's time to delve deeper into the journey. The promise was made, and you prepared for it. But what comes next? How can you continue living so that this financial freedom becomes something lasting, impacting not only your life, but also the lives around you? Step 1. A grateful heart. Gratitude is the key to keeping blessings flowing in your life. When you recognize where your victory came from, the heavens open to even more miracles. Psalm 100 verse 4 teaches us, "Enter His gates with thanksgiving and His courts with praise. Give thanks to Him and bless His name." Set aside time every day to be grateful. Make a list of all the things you are grateful for, big and small. The simple act of expressing gratitude not only pleases God but also changes your perspective, helping you appreciate what you have while preparing to receive even more. Step 2. Multiplying the blessing. The amount you will receive is not just to meet your immediate needs. God wants you to multiply what He puts in your hands, as through wisdom and generosity. Financial planning. Make a clear plan for how you will use the $150,300. Divide this amount into categories: debt payments, savings, investments, and donations. Solid planning ensures that your blessing will not go to waste. Impact investments. Consider investing in something that has the potential to grow. It could be a business, an education that increases your skills, or even something that benefits your community. Bless other people. Remember that you are blessed to be a blessing. Look for opportunities to help others in need. Generosity creates a cycle of prosperity. Step 3. Staying in faith. The faith that brought this miracle needs to remain alive in you. The enemy often tries to distract or discourage us after victory, but you must stand firm. Read the Word of God daily. Pray without ceasing and keep your mind focused on His promises. Remember that your journey will not be perfect. There may be moments of doubt, challenges, and even setbacks, but know that God will never abandon you. The same strength that brought you here will continue to guide you. Witnessing the transformation. When the miracle happens, it never impacts just one person. He is like a stone thrown into a lake. The waves reach everyone around. Your story will be an inspiration to those who are also facing difficulties. Imagine the lives you can change by sharing what God has done for you. People who have lost hope will see, through you, that God still works miracles. Your testimony will be a light shining in the darkness. Freedom as a lifestyle. Financial freedom is more than not having debt. It's living with peace of mind, knowing that your needs are being met and that you have the resources to accomplish what God has placed in your heart. This freedom allows you to invest in your family, achieve dreams that previously seemed impossible, support causes that reflect your values, alive with purpose, without fear of tomorrow. What to do if responses are delayed? What if at the end of the 3 days, you still don't see the results you expected? Remember, God's timing is perfect. Sometimes He allows us to wait because He is preparing something even greater. Other times, He wants to teach us precious lessons in patience and trust. If this happens, don't give up. Continue declaring victory, acting in faith, and seeking His presence. What God has promised, He will fulfill, and nothing can stop it. Delay is never denial. It's preparation, reinforcing the promise, miracles beyond the financial. Although this text talks about financial freedom, God's plan for you goes far beyond that. He wants to bring healing to areas of your life that are hurting. He wants to restore relationships, renew your dreams, and strengthen your faith. The $150,300 is a symbol. They represent a future of abundance, but the true wealth lies in the transformation that happens within you. Joy, peace, and the certainty that you are loved and cared for by God are what really matters. The call to something greater. When you overcome this moment of chaos and achieve financial freedom, you will see that your life will never be the same. You will be called to a greater purpose. God will use your skills, your story, and your resources to impact the world. Think about all the people you can help, in all the doors you can open for others, in every dream you will see come true because you decided to believe, even when it seemed impossible. The next chapter of your story. As we continue on this journey together, I want you to know that chaos will never be the end of your story. Every tear, every prayer, and every act of faith is building something wonderful. God is in control, and He is just beginning. Get ready, because the next chapter of your life will be the most exciting yet. Financial freedom is just the beginning. What comes next will be even bigger, more powerful, and more transformative than you could ever imagine. And so, the clock ticks forward. The 3 days are approaching their end. Is your heart ready? Because God is ready to act. The journey doesn't end here. The best is yet to come. The climax of your journey. The miracle is at the door. Now you are ready. Every step, every prayer, and every act of faith you've taken in the last few days has paved the way for something great. The chaos that seemed suffocating was just an instrument to lead you to transformation. You didn't just survive, you won. What's in front of you is more than just a bank deposit or a financial solution. It's a new chapter in your life. A chapter where you will be free to live with purpose, without fear of tomorrow, fully trusting that God is in control. You may not know all the details of the future, but you know this: God is faithful. What He promised, He will fulfill. The connection to heaven. Now, I want you to close your eyes for a moment and imagine what is about to happen. Imagine what your life will be like when the miracle arrives. See yourself being blessed, helping other people, being the light in the lives of those in need. Feel this victory. Feel the presence of God confirming in your heart that the promise is true. Whatever form the blessing takes, an unexpected increase, a new opportunity, or even the peace you seek, know that it is already on its way. Don't stop now. Keep planting your faith, declaring victory, and believing that the best is yet to come. One last reflection. The miracle is also in you. Remember that the greatest miracle is not what God does for you, but what He does in you. He is molding you to be a stronger, wiser, and more generous person. He is transforming chaos into purpose, pain into strength, and doubt into unshakable faith. You are no longer the same person who started this journey. You are more prepared, more confident, and more connected to the divine force that sustains all things. Now that you are just a few steps away from witnessing the power of God in your life, it is time to connect even more with this journey of transformation. Don't let this message end here. Be part of a community of faith, hope, and miracles that grows every day. Backhand index pointing right, subscribe to the channel so you don't miss any updates, and continue receiving messages that will transform your life. Thumbs up like this video to show that you believe in what God is doing. Bell turn on notifications to be notified whenever a new word of encouragement and powerful teaching is posted. Outbox Stray, share this video with someone you know needs to hear this message. It could be the opportunity they've been waiting for to see their lives change. The next miracle could be just a click away. Come be part of this chain of faith and hope.